challenging economic times by capitalizing on our financial strength and our capital discipline. Next slide, please. Energy Resources is the oil and gas exploration company. Basically, it makes up 85% of our consolidated income. It is our non-regulated oil and gas exploration production subsidiary, and it's basically been a driver of our growth. When I came to Alagasco 17 years ago, it was actually the opposite. The utility made up 20% of our net income, and Energy Resources made up, the utility made up 80%, and Energy Resources made up 20%. But we've invested a lot in terms of Energy Resources and our oil and gas exploration company, and now that's changed. Our properties include the San Juan Basin in New Mexico, in Colorado, the Permian Basin in West Texas, and the Black Warrior Basin in Alabama. If you go to the next slide, please. This will basically show you where our locations are. We have our main centers in New Mexico, Farmington, we're in Midland, Texas, the headquarters there in Texas, and Arcadia for Louisiana, and then Birmingham is our headquarters for our West Alabama locations, which includes Oak Grove and Tuscaloosa in the western part of Alabama. Now, our natural gas utility, in which I work for, is the largest natural gas distributor in the state of Alabama. We serve, go to the next slide, please. We serve around 425 homes, businesses, and industries throughout the state. Our main, we have 7 service areas, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Selma, Gaston, Anderson, Opelika, and here in Montgomery. Well, what is natural gas? First of all, natural gas is a mixture of hydrocarbons predominantly made up of methane. It's delivered through a pipeline system. It contains hydrocarbons such as ethane, propane, and other gases. Natural gas primarily is used in homes for heating, water heating, and cooking. And the mix of natural gas usage around the country is 1/3 of it basically is used in homes for domestic use. The other third is used for industrial use, and the other third is used for the generation of power. Next slide, please. On this slide, you'll see that this is basically a slide of interstate pipelines and intrastate pipelines. We buy, as you'll see these lines going through the state of Alabama, these are transmission lines. We buy the majority of our gas from Southern Natural Gas, and also buy some from Transco. In terms of natural gas utilities, there are also municipals that also purchase their natural gas, and they also provide it to their customers. But in Alabama, again, like I said, we are the largest. One of the big things in terms of pipelines and our lines, in terms of our distribution lines, is we put a great deal of emphasis on safety. We get our lines surveyed on a regular basis. There are a lot of federal and state guidelines related to pipeline safety, and that's something that's very important to Alagasco. Okay. One of the things in terms of natural gas as an alternative, really, in 1992, the Energy Policy Act made CNG, or compressed natural gas, and LNG, liquefied natural gas, an alternative fuel. And primarily that was done because of the clean burning qualities of natural gas, its domestic resource base, and its commercial availability. Right now, 1% of natural gas is utilized for transportation. So our emphasis right now at Alagasco and Energen is to try to increase that usage in terms of the transportation market. Why natural gas? Natural gas is American in the United States. 85% of the natural gas that's used is produced in the United States. and more than 98% of the gas that's produced is in North America, with U.S. and Canada. It's reliable. Again, we have an underground delivery system that ensures service interruptions are rare. That's something that we take great pride in. Next slide, please. And it's a proven technology and existing infrastructure. There are about 10 million NGVs that are utilized worldwide. There are 110,000 NGVs, or natural gas vehicles, that are currently used in the United States. So you can see that there is a good market out there for us to utilize natural gas vehicles around the country. And some states are much further ahead than we are in Alabama. So our goal at Alagasco is to try to increase the infrastructure as it relates to fueling stations and all of those things that can make natural gas vehicles more available and tempting for customers to purchase. Many major cities are utilizing it, including Atlanta, Birmingham, Boston, Dallas, Los Angeles, and Phoenix. They're using, you'll see a lot of companies utilizing it in their fleets. AT&T, I think, announced their 2,000 CNG vehicle a couple of months ago. Very excited about that. It's a national campaign that they got to replace a lot of their vehicles with alternative fuels. We're happy that they utilize the CNG to make that happen. Next slide, please. At Alagasco, currently we utilize, we have large construction trucks that utilize compressed natural gas. We have pickups, Chevrolet Impalas. We have a Ford Eco-Transit vehicle that actually goes around and reads our meters electronically. We have the Honda Civic, which the EPA called the cleanest commercially available internal combustion vehicle on Earth. You can see it's wrapped with a nice natural gas logo on there. So some of you may have seen it around town. Our marketing reps drive it around on a regular basis. Next slide, please. Fueling is one issue. Like I mentioned before, is having the infrastructure set in place where you have fueling stations where people can actually access the fueling stations. There's a public station in Birmingham that MaxBus currently utilizes that's open to the public. Right now, in terms of gasoline equivalent, you can go buy natural gas for $1.37 basically there at the Max Transit location. Also, natural gas has an octane rating of 130 compared to 87 for regular unleaded gasoline. So it really helps in terms of maintenance of the vehicles. You don't have to have as many oil changes. It's just a clean burning product. Next slide. Last but not least, I'd like to mention our new Center for Energy Technology that we opened in February. It's in downtown Birmingham. Many of you may have known it, and many of you that are local may have known it as our Midtown Center. But it's basically the home of the latest, and we say greatest, natural gas technology. It offers equipment users and decision makers an opportunity to come in and see the latest and real world applications of natural gas technology. So if any of you would ever like to come and visit that facility, please let me know and we'll make that available to you. Thank you.